Hello there. My name is Geerten Michielsen, and I'll be teaching tax reforms around the world this semester. I'm a Dutch national living in Arlington, and I recently retired from the International Monetary Fund. As a legal drafter and tax policy designer, I worked in Eastern Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Before joining the IMF, I was a tax law professor in the Netherlands. Most tax courses focus on how to file your tax return and how to avoid paying taxes. But in this course, we'll explore tax systems in a different way, as a government tool to fund public goods like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. During the first two classes, we'll discuss the various tools governments have to collect taxes from consumption and employment to business activities and property. Sometimes it's not clear who actually pays the tax. For instance, some argue that tariffs are paid by domestic consumers or businesses, while others say that foreigners pay. This is called the tax incidence. Tax instruments also raise many questions. Can the tax system effectively distribute income? Can a tax on consumption reduce sugar consumption and obesity? Would it be possible to discourage immigration by imposing a remittance tax? If the answer is yes, we need to ask ourselves how effective such instruments are. By using economic tools, we'll try to find evidence from the past and guide the future. The classes will continue with some practical examples. Any country may need to raise additional revenue at certain times due to unexpected events. First, we'll look at reforms in countries that transitioned from centralized planning to market-driven economies. Starting with the socialist legacy, we'll identify the objectives, strategy, and sequencing of the tax reform. Next, we'll examine the reforms needed to address a banking crisis in Iceland and a sovereign debt crisis in Greece and Cyprus. We'll discuss the challenges, the preferred tax instruments, and their effectiveness. Finally, we'll talk about tax reforms in countries like Afghanistan and Yemen, which are going through very tough times. How can we use taxes to help these countries rebuild and get people to trust their government again? I hope I triggered your curiosity, and I'm looking forward to see you in my classes.